With the Owl House over, I wanted to talk one last time about the hidden messages and themes of the show, particularly those that depict Luce herself as some sort of fallen figure, or rather the inverse of that, a mortal who has fallen into a higher realm of demons instead of an angelic figure who has fallen into the earthly realm. But real quick, I want to remind you all that we're having a live stream Q&A with the cast of the Owl House right here on Cartoon Universe on May 6 at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. As always, the cast is signing prints of your favorite characters. This is our stream for the series finale, so it may be the last one the cast ever does, especially at this size, so if you've been waiting to get a signed print from the last few streams but just weren't sure, now is probably the best time. Joining us for this interview is Sarah Nicole Robles as Luz Nocida, Sissy Jones as Lilith Clawthorn, Avi Roque as Rain Whispers, Mela Lee as Kikimora, Zeno Robinson as the Golden Guard Hunter, Eden Regal as Basha, and Elizabeth Grujon as Luz's mother, Camila Nocida. Link to the Streamly shop is in the pinned comments down below. Go and get yourself an autograph print from your favorite cast member or even a group print, and I'll see you guys at the live stream. The story of the Owl House is of course about a human named Luz who goes to the Boiling Isles, which itself is a magical dimension full of witches and demons. The Earth has always been the dumping ground of the Boiling Isles, where they would send creatures they don't like, such as giraffes. Due to a limited space on the Titans that the witches and demons live on, a portal system was developed hundreds of years ago that allowed the Boiling Isles residents to bury their loved ones on the human Earth, a place with no magic but which had more space than their Titan. When the first human settlers would arrive in Luz's hometown, they would see what appeared to be an abandoned field of graves, with no other signs of civilization. Thus, they would settle down there and build their own town, and would name the town Gravesfield after the mysterious graves there. Now and then, the portals would still be used to bury the dead or attend to graves, it would seem, but after a long time, this would be abandoned by the demons who presumably did not want to interact with humans, and the door to the graveyard would be lost until Ida rediscovered it one day and began causing trouble in Luz's town. The Boiling Isles are filled with witches and demons. They are natural life in this dimension, and in some ways have their own sort of science behind them, but they would seem downright mythological to humans from the earthly realm like Luz. That makes Luz a sort of inverted fallen angel figure, coming not with some natural power that the witches don't have, but rather a more human thinking process that would help her to crack the code of the glyphs, become a talented human witch, and eventually save the Boiling Isles. It is the fact that she is so different from the witches that she has to find unique ways to exploit the things the witches ignore because of their natural power. To further highlight this idea that Luz is an inverted fallen angel, we are introduced to the Collector in Season 2, a character many fans notice had a lot of similarities to Luz from the way they look to their own backstories. The Collector is a higher being, one of many higher beings, but the youngest among them. They are powerful, nearly immortal, and have special abilities that allow them to transform reality around them. This power allows them to capture living beings, or rather preserve them as either toy-like statues or scrolls, such as what happened with Ida's owl beast. The archivists focus mostly on preserving species they found notable and destroying species that had powers enough to fight back against them. Our Collector, the youngest of the archivists, was more interested in interacting with the natural world for enjoyment, not realizing how much power they had and how much destruction it causes for everyone else. Luz, with her absolute lack of power, was somehow able to cause almost as much damage to the Boiling Isles as the Collector did, by slowly unraveling the system that Belos had in place by getting involved with everything in her own human way. The Collector is really just a metaphor for Luz, showcasing just how powerful Luz was in her naivete and forcing her to examine her own actions and how she affected the Boiling Isles. Now, when we think of fallen angels, we most often think of evil ones like Lucifer, ones that we may also call demons. However, Lucifer himself has a large tradition of various figures across all mythologies that aren't always evil, but rather were simply trying to enlighten humanity, even if it didn't always end well. One great example of this is Prometheus, who gave fire to humans, but was punished by being chained to the earth and having his liver eaten every day by an eagle. The Serpent of the Garden of Eden is also considered an evil Lucifer-like figure to most people. However, in certain Gnostic ideas and Jewish Kabbalah, the serpent is actually portrayed as a figure of light who tries to help humanity. This likely stems from many cultures around the world having a serpent figure teaching humans great wisdom that helped them start early societies. In some Gnostic schools of thought, the serpent is equated with Jesus, himself just one of a series of dying and reborn Messiah figures throughout history. The serpent biting its tail has been used as a universal symbol for an endless loop, with the shedding of the snake's skin further cementing the idea of the serpent as a figure that comes back or is reborn. Luz is connected with all of these figures in various ways. Her name Luz actually means light, connecting her to Lucifer, or Lightbringer, portraying Luz as a fallen figure who brought light to the Boiling Isles, such as with her light glyphs. The connection is made further with her snake Palisman, itself being a shape-shifting serpent, like the serpent messiah figure is seen as. Luz also connects to the story of Jesus in particular, with Luz having literally fallen into a hell dimension, the way Jesus dies and descends into hell for 3 days to save all of the souls there, before coming back enlightened. Luz comes back from the Boiling Isles enlightened, but also came back from a literal death there where she sacrificed herself for the Collector, so he wouldn't have to pay for his own crimes against the Boiling Isles. Luz comes back as Titan Luz, a higher being with powers well beyond her own. These stories even match that of Odin hanging himself from the World Tree for 9 days, attaining great knowledge and coming back with secret runes, much like Luz comes back with the understanding of glyphs from her time in the Boiling Isles. Cartoons these days seem to be either deeply psychological or contain very dramatic references to real-life mythology, and hopefully with the Owl House over, more will rise up to continue that trend, but what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to check out the Streamly shop for all those prints from your favorite Owl House cast members, and I'll see you guys at the live stream.